I'm not gonna let nothing slide, nothing coming across the middle. And if you want to come and block me, you better bring it. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right, so I'm sitting here with Danbury High School's finest, Coach Tieri, Nick Smith, Artez Taft. You guys excited for this coming season?
Most definitely. Too excited.
Beyond excited. It's ready to show off all the work we've been putting in all off season, all summer. It's ready to put it all together and put on a show for everybody.
Coach, how do you feel about the coming season?
Confident. You know, we've put a lot of work in to get to this point. I think we're all just chomping at the bit. We're excited to get out there and finally play.
Yeah. What is it about the transition of last year, right, being a really weird year, or the last couple of years with COVID hitting? What's that going to be like to finally play, in front of a packed crowd? I don't know if you guys had limitations last year, but in schools and around the region, I know fans were not allowed, and the Mad Hatters are definitely a thing, and you guys kind of feed off of that, I could imagine. What's that going to be like?
Well, it's gonna be nice just to finally have our fans and our city rooting for us, just rooting us on, pushing us to be the best. And it's kind of something that we missed last year, because I could tell you, for one, when I played my sophomore year and the fans were yelling and the stadium was filled, it was a completely different atmosphere. That's how high school football should be, and I feel like last year just wasn't a true depiction of high school football, and like the mania, the fans, like just everything.
So Nick, you are receiver and safety. Your pops play at the next level, right? And you're talking like the next level, like the pros, and you talk about just taking a deep breath. Is there anything like that ever feels like there's a pressure, I gotta like get to the point that my dad played at, or is it just, this is kind of my life and I'm just gonna do what I can with what God is doing in front of me?
Well, I definitely feel like there's a pressure, just not only my dad, my uncle also played in the NFL. My other uncle was drafted for the MLB, so I've been on a pretty high pedestal of athletes, like from a family perspective, and there definitely is a pressure, but I love it. It just feeds me every day. Every day I wake up thinking, what can I do to follow my dad's footsteps, follow my uncle's footsteps, and just really keep raising the level that everybody has set for me.
So it's that greatness is in your blood, bro. It's there for you to take. Coach, what's the identity of this team this year?
It's a great question. I think mental toughness above everything. You look at the things that we've gone through the past year and a half. Not only, everybody's gone through it, but I feel like in a lot of ways we were kind of trying to put ourselves at the forefront of trying to advocate for our kids and be able to get out there and play football. And our kids, just in their own personal lives, they have to overcome a lot of adversity to even be here. And it requires mental toughness in order for them to be able to overcome those obstacles and to be able to get out here and just focus on football and then be great at football. And you look at the things, the added pressures and things that they deal with. We pride ourselves in being a mentally tough football program. And I think if I had to identify one thing that is our identity, that would be it.
Tez, what does that scout need to hear from you to know that they're going to get?
Well, just look for the skill set, just look for the juice, just look for everything coming in. The work, first game coming back, everybody's just trying to just fly around. So I hope you're ready to, play that first game.
Okay. We talked about you being a receiver and a safety. You look like a pretty big receiver. How tall are you exactly?
Like 6'2".
Jesus Lord, that's a big receiver slash safety. Almost a Derwin James type build, who's one of my favorite players in the league. Tell the scout right now that's watching this, your game's gonna do the talking. I get that from you guys. You guys seem all to be humbling dudes. Tell that scout, if they had to hear it from you directly, what is the thing that they're gonna get from Nick Smith?
They're going to get player with a high motor, ferocious blocker, sharp route runner. Definitely, I like to believe that I play with a lot of physicality, playing because I played linebacker and safety. So I feel like I'm not going to let nothing slide, nothing coming across the middle. And if you want to come and block me, you better bring it. That's what I'm going to say.
do you lay your hat more on the offensive side of the ball or on the defensive side?
Anytime I'm on the field, I'm looking to put it here. I'm putting her on somebody.
I like that. I like that. And coach, any last words in regards to if you had to pitch these guys to a school that is interested in them, what are you telling that coach or that scout?
I'm always honest, and I'll tell you, I mean, he didn't really even say it to the fullest. He's being kind of humble and focusing on the team goals. But truth be told, I mean, Artez is the type of guy I got, usually a kid with his talent is when we're running scout, he'll be off to the side. He's the first one to volunteer to go in there at scout, and then he'll lay out and dive for balls and go 100 miles per hour on every play. He just loves the game of football, and that's what he brings on a day-to-day basis. I even said in his kind of the bio, the caption that I put on Twitter to show coaches, when you look at his tape, the plays you see him make in the games he does in practice. You look at the greatest players in the history of sports, Kobe Bryant's, the Michael Jordans, they prided in the way they practice and the attitude that they brought in practice. They try to make this play at the same level and same intensity and competitiveness in practice that they did in the game, so when the games felt easy. And that's kind of the mentality and the attitude that Artez brings on a day-to-day basis. Smitty is our undisputed leader of our football team. And he's a lead by example guy, and he's a vocal leader. Nothing he's ever going to ask anyone to do in this program, he's not going to do himself. Since the day he walked into this program, he played varsity as a freshman. Even as a freshman, a guy, again, of his stature and ability, he would be the first guy to walk out on the field for pre-practice. Like, you'd go in the locker room and be like, where's Smitty? Oh, he's already out on the field. Those are little things that tell you a lot about a player's character and what they bring to the table. He's also, in 17 years of coaching football, the most competitive human being I've ever been around. I've never seen somebody more competitive, more hard on themselves, want to win in every single thing that they can do more than this guy right here. I look at the intangibles. The play will speak for itself. I don't need to tell a college coach or anybody what they can do on the field. They're going to evaluate it better than I can say. But when it comes to the intangibles and who they are as people, these are two people I would sign off for in a heartbeat.
Wow, that's awesome. I cannot wait to watch you guys ball. Hopefully you guys are able to do big things. And let's get it going. All right, nice seeing y'all, man.
Nice seeing you.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm actually really excited to see these dudes ball.
Yeah, me too.